What really ended Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's marriage after more than a decade together? Why did their divorce drag on for over 8 years, becoming one of Hollywood's most painful legal battles? And what devastating reality is Pitt facing with his own children today? After years of silence, Brad Pitt is finally speaking out, and his revelations are changing everything we thought we knew about one of Hollywood's most famous breakups. For years, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's split has fueled endless headlines, whispers, and speculation. From their glamorous beginnings to their messy divorce, the world has been left guessing about what really happened behind closed doors. Now Brad is finally speaking out, and his words are stirring up conversation all over again. His revelations are candid, reflective, and surprisingly raw. And while he doesn't give everything away, what he does share changes the narrative completely. William Bradley Pitt was born on December 18, 1963, in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and raised in Springfield, Missouri. His childhood was far removed from the glamour of Los Angeles, growing up in a supportive family environment that emphasized hard work and perseverance. In 1987, Pitt made the bold move to Los Angeles to pursue his dream of acting. Like many aspiring performers, his first years weren't glamorous. He worked odd jobs, including dressing up as a mascot for fast food chains, while taking acting lessons and looking for opportunities to break into the industry. Everything changed in 1991 when Pitt secured his breakthrough role in Thelma and Louise. Playing a charismatic drifter, he captured the audience's imagination in just a few scenes. His performance was brief but impactful, instantly establishing him as a rising star. The early 1990s saw Pitt solidify his position with films like A River Runs Through It in 1992 and California in 1993. By 1994, his career reached new heights with Interview with the Vampire and Legends of the Fall, cementing his status as one of the most bankable stars of the decade. The momentum continued in 1995 when Pitt starred in two of his most iconic films, 7 and 12 Monkeys. His performance in 12 Monkeys earned him a Golden Globe Award and his first Academy Award nomination. From 2006 to 2016, Pitt entered what many consider the peak of his career, delivering acclaimed performances in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button in 2008, Inglourious Bastards in 2009, and Moneyball in 2011. His production company Plan B produced 12 Years a Slave in 2013, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. In 2019, Pitt received one of the most celebrated honors of his career when his performance in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood earned him the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. It was a crowning achievement that further solidified his place in Hollywood history. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. One of the most defining chapters of Pitt's personal life was his marriage to Jennifer Aniston, which ended in 2005. At the time, Pitt and Aniston were considered Hollywood's golden couple, admired for their seemingly stable relationship. When news of their separation broke, it quickly became a tabloid storm, fueled by speculation that Pitt's budding relationship with Angelina Jolie may have played a role in the split. Pitt's relationship with Angelina Jolie soon became one of the most high-profile unions in modern Hollywood history. Angelina Jolie was born on June 4, 1975, in Los Angeles, California, to actors Jon Voight and Marceline Bertrand. She began her film career in 1993 and gained recognition with her role in Hackers in 1995. Her breakthrough came in the late 1990s, when she earned a Golden Globe for George Wallace in 1997 and another for HBO's Gia in 1998. By the early 2000s, Jolie's career had taken on an international dimension with her role as Lara Croft in Lara Croft: Tomb Raider in 2001. The film was a global success and introduced her to audiences worldwide. In 2005, Jolie starred in Mr. and Mrs. Smith opposite Brad Pitt. The film not only achieved commercial success but also sparked intense media attention. Rumors of a romantic relationship between Jolie and Pitt quickly spread, especially since Pitt's marriage to Jennifer Aniston ended the same year. Together, Pitt and Jolie raised 6 children, 3 biological and 3 adopted, and frequently presented themselves as a family committed not only to entertainment, but also to humanitarian causes. In 2014, Jolie married Brad Pitt in France after nearly a decade together. The marriage seemed to mark a new chapter, but only 2 years later, in 2016, she filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. What followed was not just the end of a marriage, but the beginning of one of the most complex and prolonged legal battles Hollywood has ever seen. The custody dispute over their 6 children became the central and most emotionally charged aspect of Pitt and Jolie's separation. In 2021, Pitt achieved what seemed to be a breakthrough when he was initially granted joint custody of his children. However, this victory was short-lived. The ruling was later overturned after questions were raised about the impartiality of the judge who handled the case. One incident that brought additional complexity to the custody case was the highly publicized private plane altercation in 2016. Reports suggested that Pitt had a heated argument with his eldest son, Maddox, during a flight, which led to both the FBI and Child Protective Services launching investigations. Although Pitt was ultimately cleared of any abuse allegations after thorough investigations, the episode left lasting effects on his public image and deepened the divide between Pitt and Jolie. After years of silence and speculation, Brad Pitt has finally addressed the finalization of his divorce from Angelina Jolie, a process that stretched on for more than 8 years. When asked by GQ in December 2024 if he felt a sense of relief at closing this long and painful chapter, Pitt's response was surprisingly dismissive. "No, I don't think it was that major of a thing," he said, downplaying the significance of the legal resolution. The divorce settlement, however, was monumental in the eyes of Angelina Jolie and her legal team. Jolie had originally filed for divorce in September 2016, and when the settlement was finally reached 8 years later, Jolie's lawyer, James Simon, expressed the toll it had taken on her. More than 8 years ago, Angelina filed for divorce from Mr. Pitt. She and the children left all of the properties they had shared with Mr. Pitt, and since that time, she has focused on finding peace and healing for their family, he said in a statement. One of the notable aspects of the settlement was Jolie's decision to waive any right to receive spousal support from Pitt permanently. Legal filings confirmed that she had agreed to give up this claim forever, suggesting that Jolie was more focused on ending the protracted legal battle and moving forward than on continuing financial disputes. But here's the most heartbreaking part of this story. The former couple shares 6 kids. Reports surfaced that none of the children were currently on speaking terms with their father, a painful reality for any parent to face. The situation became even more public when some of the children began distancing themselves from Pitt. Brad Pitt's story reveals the complex reality behind Hollywood's glamorous facade, a reality where even the most successful stars face deeply personal struggles that play out under the relentless scrutiny of public attention. His finally breaking silence after 8 years shows both the weight of what he's been carrying and the devastating truth about a family torn apart by circumstances that no legal settlement can truly resolve.